Alright guys, Shotty T here with an Alliance War video. This is the next to the last war of the season. We're bringing a new attacker for the first time, I think, ever in war. I don't know, I might have brought this guy once, maybe in the off season, but I don't think there's been an actual war that I brought him. But as you can see, I'm here to get this guy back. So we got something for him. And I'm not going to be taking on as many bosses the last few wars of the season. I really want to try to focus on the transition of this battle group, as well as obviously myself. But yeah, so this here is the layout. There's some tricky placements here. There's one of them right there. And of course, Domino's always tricky on that node. And then of course, we got another Immortal Abomination on Redoubled Determination. So it's just being a more commonplace replacement. The rest of these are pretty standard. My path does have some tricky opponents that Nick Fury's, of course, not always fun on the unstoppable heavy attack. But again, like I said, we're going to use a different attacker who actually synergizes great with Quake and helps out others. So it's going to be Nick Fury. So we're going to unleash Nick Fury. See what he's all about. Like I said, I know some of you guys don't get a chance to see me fight with certain fighters. I know you guys saw that variant video where I had used Angela to finish off that Miles Morales. So this will give you an opportunity to see a war with a different attacker besides the usual. And as you can see, he is with the usual people that I usually bring, Quake and Claire. But as you see more videos that I'm going to be posting soon to the channel, you're going to see a variety of different fights. And like I said, I want to try to cater my channel to as many people as possible. Don't want to completely have it to where it's focused on end game players. I mean, like I said, if there's still a certain path in like Act 5 or a boss or something that you struggle with, I mean, I'll be glad to take on a fight. And of course, I'm not gonna just fight the fight with a 5-star, like a 565 or rank 3 6-star. That would defeat the purpose. So you'll likely see me fight it with a 4-star champ that's at least rank 3, or if not, then I mean, all my 4-stars should be rank 3, or maybe a rank 1 5-star. So basically, I should have enough of a combination of champions on my roster where I can accommodate whatever scenario, but also just want to give pointers on different fight suggestions. So in this fight here, we got Nick Fury. Like I said, the first half of the fight is not that difficult. It's when he gets to his second life where you can't stop his heavy. That's when you require you to intercept more, or just wait for him to use his second medium attack. But as far as Quake against Nick Fury in general, she's not a bad option against him. There's some good things you can do with her. Of course, you can play around the tactical charges. There's a way that you can guarantee yourself not to have the opponent throw specials, or at least almost guarantee. There's no such thing as 100%, but a way to minimize that possibility. Alright, so we're just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use this stage of Passive Fury to get him to his second life. And now we're gonna dance around a little bit. Wait for that life to go down some. And we're gonna nullify that Fury, so we don't have to worry about him generating twice as many technical charges. And we're gonna purposely parry here. reparry if we can, because that'll actually build up our Mystic charges and make the SB3 hit harder. But we were starting to get cornered, so we went ahead and threw it right there. And we'll just restart our Mystic charge power game. There's one. Yeah, we're repairing with a purpose here. And this whole time he's not doing that combo ender with the second medium. There it is. But I was too slow to react. But got intercept in there either way. Now we're gonna push him over 2 bars of power. All right, and this fight is all about wrapped up. And there it is. Now this next fight, I didn't really plan what happened at the beginning, but it ended up working out. The fight just got off to a bad start, but as you can see, it actually worked out that the fight was that way. So I just totally whiffed the parry at the very beginning and whiffed the parry again. He got an unstoppable heavy, and then he purified the parry and then knocked me into the corner. And then I said, that's enough. I said, that is enough, buddy. You had your fun, but now you die. So it's probably literally the quickest war fight I've had. Because you can almost say I got hit on purpose. I mean, I'm just being honest with you guys. I wasn't trying to get hit on purpose there, but it ended up working out. But I could have played it off and just said, yeah, I planned that. I sure did. But next fight here, we got Thing. We're just going to use Quake, simplify this fight. We're going to get this second, this dexterity up, and then we're just going to Quake and shake the rest of this fight here. And of course, when I do some of these videos, I'm going to try to minimize using Quake. Because even when you saw me do the variant at final fight against Miles, I could have brought Quake and just Quake that whole fight. But what's the fun of that, right? So, cause I know watching Quake can be kind of redundant and boring, but again, if you're using her, it's not redundant and boring, because as you can see in some of these other videos I post, saving anyone that can save you potions and revives is a godsend. So you got to take advantage of that when you have it, because she bypassed a lot of crap that be on some of these nodes. So I noticed that I did watch a couple of 7.2 videos, like some try to go for a Legends run, but I just don't have the roster to compete with the other guys that are doing it, because I see a lot of rank 3 Ghosts gameplay. And I got a 565 Ghost. She's not even max sig. I got a 6-star Ghost, but she's not awakened, and she's only rank 1. So I'm just not gonna be able to have fights go as quickly as that Ghost can have. So I just have to be creative and just explore all options that I have on my roster to see, and just put a decent showing at least. Like I said, I'm not sure if I'll be able to actually hit Legends, but we're gonna do everything we can to do so. But yeah, we're almost done here. Just gotta end this Thing fight. As you can see, I kind of quaked and parried at one point because I had dropped my heavy, so I lost my dexterity, so I had to kind of quake and parry and then got it in a respectable area. So now we're gonna go ahead and use our I think I was gonna use a boost, so we're gonna use the slightly lesser boost, and we're gonna use Nick Fury for this Void here. That's one of the reasons why I brought Nick Fury. So he can easily purify the debuffs. And otherwise, I can just keep doing this, build up the tactical charges. And then once I can actually, yeah, there we go. Yeah, once I get those tactical charges built up, I don't have to worry about the evade anymore. And now I'm unblockable. So I get that the opponent really just didn't want to have to deal with a bunch of Quake attackers. That's the only reason why you would place Void on this node, because if you don't time that concussion right, you're going to get inflicted with that debuff when it gets to you, and then you're going to be forced to fight the whole time. So I get it, but I mean, with no more stubborn, it's really tough to make a whole defense Quake proof. I mean, you can make it challenging, but skilled opponents still, especially if they can Quake and Shake, they can still bypass a lot of stuff. I mean, unless you place a lot of Quake proof opponents, but then you run into diversity issues. Only so many Quake proof opponents you can place. Like I said, there are some nodes that make it tougher to Quake. But like One Eye Open and Stun Reflect. But really, this is just the name of the game, Quake Wars. So anyway, this Blade, like I said, this is a placement that, again, not the best placement, because it's SP1, you can evade that pretty easily. You don't have to worry about kinetic transfers to SP2 that you don't want to. That's the one you don't want to deal with, because that's pretty much guaranteed a lot of transfer there. So now we're going to go ahead and fight Mr. Guardian with Claire. And it's just going to be a pretty straightforward fight. And again, we got those 3 evade charges in case we need them. I don't think any of these fights, those evade charges came in handy as far as them being necessary, but it's always good to have. But Nick Fury does bring extra attack bonus to hero attackers, so that there is benefit of having him on the team, even without the Quake part. I believe I did not evade manually that last part of his SP1 twice now, so I believe that Quake synergy actually did help for me not to get hit as much as I could have. Alright, so we're gonna see if we can get an intercept here. There we go. I'm gonna bait this SP1. I'm gonna see if we can get this big SP2. And he's done. Alright, now we got Nova. Again, this is a fight that I can Quake, but it just take a little longer than I want, so we're just gonna use Claire. Again, another fight you've seen me fight multiple times on this type of node. And like I said, I really enjoy the war. I really do. I just want to try to challenge myself, and plus the summer is about to get real busy. All right, so that evade chart definitely came in handy there. So I take that back. That synergy was pretty useful this war, at least in these 2 fights. All right, just gonna power drain him a little bit there. See if we can get an intercept after he throws his next SP1. All right, let's see if we can get that intercept here. There we go. Let's do some more power steel. And let's change phases, I believe, here. Nope, not yet. And let's bait another XP1. All right, there we go. All right, so now we get to get our revenge on this Immortal Abomination. Like I said, Quake is the safest option for against him in this fight, as long as you can Quake and Shake. Like I said, there are other options that can get this fight done a little bit quicker, but you do have to deal with his power gain and his self-inflicted poisons. But again, if you can intercept, you can get rid of those. That way his power gain does not get out of control. And you have to kind of intercept early, because you don't want to wait until he gets a bunch of them piled up and then you're in bad shape. And of course, if you do attack him, it has to be with a poison immune champ, or someone that can shrug off parries shrug off debuffs pretty reliably, which I don't think nobody 100% shrugs off stuff unless they have a certain synergy with them. I mean, Aegon ramped up could possibly do it, but ideally you probably don't want to have to use him. But if you can intercept, you can make it work. But you do have to deal with Protect. So anyway, this fight, like I said, when we lost with Warlock last time, as you saw, we were snoozing. So we ended up using Quake. So we were confident enough to finish that fight quaking, even though I did get hit once with the poison. But this fight, we're wide awake. This is before I go to bed. So ideally, we try to get this path finished before we go to sleep. But these tend to be the more time-consuming fights. Maybe not the most difficult. Sometimes they are the most difficult fights that I have remaining, depending on the opponent on the node. Because the mini boss fights are usually manageable, because I obviously can pick and choose which mini boss that I know that I can pretty much solo without any issues. So, but when you're in a path, you pretty much gotta take what the opponent gives you and bring the best team to counter it. But like I said, Quake counters a lot of stuff. That allows your roster flexibility to bring other people if you want to help out with minis and help out elsewhere, or bring a synergy partner for pre-fight that could be useful, like White Magneto. But here we're the next day. Again, we're not taking on the boss. When this fight is over, I think I'll be able to recall who took the boss. I want to say that we had a Guillotine 99 solo Apocalypse, which is good to know, because Guillotine 99 ramped up once can solo Apocalypse pretty good, as long as you don't apply her pre-fight either, because if you block the block penetration, it won't be as severe if you have 2 souls, because it increase your armor rating. And then also, when you're below 15% health, you'll regenerate twice as much. So you'll have more sustained health. And if you're ramped up, you're going to be dealing good enough damage, especially if you got a rank 2 or a rank 3 Guillotine 99 against an Apocalypse. So that fight is very doable with her. Of course, you can't get hit. The marginal area is a little bit smaller. At least with magic, you got Limbo to protect you a little bit. But of course, she's only a rank 5 star, so we get in the higher tiers. I can see how that can be a timeout issue, because the health pool for the bosses are bigger as well. But if they can unleash her as a 6 star, I'll be one of the first ones to sign up for that. I believe there was a crystal that came out this past week that actually had a 6-star Medusa that you could have pulled. They kind of snuck that in there. So if she gets into that 6-star pool, I mean, at this point, they might as well. See, that's the difference between Limber, because as you guys remember, a war, I think 3 or 4 wars ago, where I lost to Thing, my Limber was low, and that stun lasted quite some time. But when my Limber is high, I can get reflective stun and not get punished. But anyway, yeah. And actually, just forgot what I was saying. Just like that, totally got sidetracked. But this fight is almost over. And there it is, finished at 100%. So we use that armor break to our advantage. And then the last fight here, yeah, the Guillotine 99, the marginal error. They have 6-star champs. I really think they should just make all champs available 6-star now, because obviously with the new in-game content, rank 4 characters being on the horizon, just gonna make people like Hyperion, Blade, Ghost Rider, Starkey, I guess Medusa, like I said, she's finally gonna get out of it, Voodoo, Magic, just gonna make those champs become obsolete because they're gonna do so much damage. I mean, they're still pretty good. I get it, they're good. It's like, but so is Aegon, so is Corvus, so is Dr. Doom. They're 6-star champs. So I don't see any reason for Blade, Hyperion, Magic, Quake. I don't see any reason for those champs to not be 6-star champs at this point in time. But anyway, guys, that's my rant. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. Unfortunately, we lost the war, but even though we won our BG once again. But please enjoy, like, share, and subscribe. And I should get this last video posted out later today.